This is a brief overview of the Senior Fitness Project at Halifax High School. So why do we have this project? The rationale was that as an adult, you will have to come up with your own plan to maintain your physical health. And this is hard for any adult, so we decided to kind of have you test this out with our guidance before you head out on your own. You may not meet your goal, and that's okay. I think the biggest thing is people are afraid if they don't meet their goal, they'll fail the project, and that is not true. Many people don't meet their goal, and that's life. I don't meet my goals all the time either. So you reflect on the process and the challenge that this might be even as an adult. And then you may have a situation where you end up meeting your goal, and that's great. So you want to reflect on the results. Is this something that could help you down the road? Can you continue what you started? And if it wasn't something that you want to continue, what else could you possibly do? Probably the biggest thing with any goal is getting started, and that is definitely the situation here. This is where we find people kind of struggling the most. So the first thing that you want to do is set your goal and complete the pre-approval form on Canvas. Read all the instructions on the form, figure out your target behavior, and research this topic online and summarize your findings. So you'll have to have one article that really has to do with what you want to change, and then from that point really focus on what is your exact goal. It should be one goal and it should be measurable. This is probably the biggest thing that we see that kind of holds people back is the goal is just not measurable, or it is too many goals. So if you, let's say you want to drink more water, that's really hard for us to measure that you're doing that, but if you're drinking a lot of soda and you switch it to water, you'll probably lose weight. So you would probably put maybe to lose a pound a week, and your action plan would be really targeting your soda intake, especially if you're drinking a lot of soda. I've had people that switched from Mountain Dew to water and easily lost 12 to 15 pounds during this project. So that's one thing. You really want to focus on what is your goal, and it has to be something that is measurable. You want to determine how you plan on achieving this goal, and this is called your action plan, and you want to be very specific. So the second thing that we see people kind of not doing right on this is they're not very specific. So if you say, I want to work out 3 times a week, we need to know exactly where are you going to go to work out, how long are you going to work out, what are you going to do to work out. So kind of just having it all really planned out. If you say that part of your weight loss goal is to eat healthier, then you need to tell us what are you going to eliminate, what are you going to add into your diet to make it healthier, specific things that you would do. These forms are due on the 8th and the project starts the 15th. That doesn't give us a lot of time. So we're going to look over it. If it's not approved, we'll try to work with you on your goal, but it's going to be your job to get it where it needs to be in order to get started on the 15th. If it is approved, you'll have a message that it is approved, and then from there, you need to print out the progress chart and come see us the week before the 15th there, that week. So by Friday, you should have seen us to get a baseline measurement. So just keep the 15th in mind for that. And before you start, you want to make sure you have everything in place. So if you need a gym membership, you've got that. If you plan on staying after school to use a fitness room, you have a plan for all that. And just again, make sure you have printed out that progress chart and you have seen us prior to the start date of the 15th. Do not start until the 15th. All right, so you are going to start on a Friday this year, and actually your check-ins will be on Fridays. That is different than last year. So start on your assigned start date. That would be day 1, and start working towards your goal for 6 weeks. You'll record your daily actions on the progress chart. Just kind of give a little blurb about what if you met, the basic things that you wanted to meet. And you'll use any other form, app, online database, or fitness band to help track or show your progress. And then every Friday is grad project time. So we will have the fitness room open, and Hoover and I will be down there. And you'll come down during your discovery after you've checked in with your teacher to get your progress checked and signed off. If you're a co-op kid and you're not here during discovery time, you can see us during generally second period would be the time to check in with us, first or second period on Fridays. All right, after your final check-in, you are done. So I believe the final check-in, it's the last Friday in October. I don't have the date right with me, but you'll get that final check-in with us. And then your reflection paper is due within 1 week of the final check-in. It's actually due at the end of the first quarter. So November 1st will be the due date, and you will do a 2-page final reflection essay. It should be 12 font, double space. Should be probably done in Google Docs. That's the easiest, although you don't have to. You'll upload it into Canvas, and you can either put a picture of your progress chart into the end of your reflection essay, or you can separately scan it and have it as a separate document. You just have to upload both to this assignment. So it says reflection essay and progress chart, picture or scan, and you need to make sure both of these end up in that assignment. There are certain instructions for the reflection essay. There are specific questions that you have to answer, and you also have to be very specific with your reflection. So you really need to say exactly what you did do and what you didn't do, and just be as clear as possible, because when you go to present, you're going to go back and look at that, and that is where all your information is going to be. Some frequently asked questions: what happens if I miss or skip a week? So let's just say you stop doing the progress chart for a week, you don't do anything with the project. I mean, depending on what the reason is, and if you don't come see us, most likely you'll have to restart it when the next group goes. But that is going to put you behind in the graduation project, big time. So please always try to discuss with your supervising teacher if you miss a check-in. Like, if you don't see us on Friday, come see us Monday. Explain what's going on. I mean, that's life. Things happen. But if you're just not seeing us at all, we're going to assume you're not doing the project. What happens if you lie? Don't lie. Keep track. If we find out you're lying, which we have had people lie, then you fail that round and you may have to possibly start over. And what happens if you don't get it done in time? You have till the end of the first quarter to complete this without it causing any issues. I already have over 29 people. I have 30 people right now done with this from your class. And so we want as many of you as possible done by the end of first quarter. This is your first quarter grade for the graduation project your senior year. So if you don't have it done, then you have an incomplete for that, which will turn into a very low grade if you don't finish it. And you can't move on with the rest of your senior project. So like I said, the pre-approval form is where we see the most issues initially. So let's look at how to do this properly. This goal is good. The goal is to lose 5 pounds. That's usually about the minimum. If someone picks a weight goal, I usually say start at 5, but you cannot go over 12 because that becomes an unsafe amount. And action plan, they put walking 2 times a week for 10 minutes. Well, first of all, the action plan is pretty small. It's only 1 sentence. I mean, we're looking for some detailed information. It has nothing to do with nutrition, which when you're looking to lose weight, we have to kind of address calories in and out. So I want to look at nutrition issues and discuss that with you. But the goal and the action plan do not measure up. There's no way if you walk 2 times a week for 10 minutes that your calories out are going to equal 5 pounds worth of calories. So mathematically, this is not going to work. Someone put their goal is to work out more and the action plan to go to the gym sometimes. We would not accept this. The goal and the action plan do match up. You could work out more if you actually go to the gym sometimes, but they're not measurable and they're not specific. So what does more mean? Like, do you go at all? So tell us how many times a week you're going to go work out, and tell us exactly what you're going to do when you work out. And then your goal would actually be maybe to lift 3 times a week, and your action plan would be, including what type of lifting you're going to be doing, where you're going to go, what days of the week you're going to go, those types of things. So we want specific and measurable goals and action plans. Good examples: to lose 6 pounds, action plan. Again, I would probably want more information because I only got 2 sentences here, but they do match up and they're specific and measurable. So the action plan would be to lower the calorie intake to 2,000 calories per day and work out at least 3 times per week. I would probably want to know where they're working out and how they're going to lower their calorie intake. So what are some things they would take out? So maybe this person drinks soda. and they would say they're going to switch all their soda to water, and they're going to work out at King's. They have a membership 3 days a week, and they have the days picked out, and they're going to use myfitnesspal.com to track my calories and exercise. That is an important one. If you're doing anything with weight loss, you must have the myfitnesspal.com app to use. Goal, to be able to run a 5K in under 30 minutes. So we do have people pick running goals, which are great. There's more 5Ks popping up in this area, and a lot of 5Ks this fall. And so there's actually a 5K around Halloween, which would be close to the end of this project in Elizabethville, the Trick or Trot. So they would be able to even go to that to get their final measurement. But their goal then matches up with their action plan. And so this person has no real running experience. They're going to use a Couch to 5K app and run at least 3 times a week, following the program that's in there, recording their progress in the app. And then for this one, you would need to do you probably do the Map My Run app. So you're going to talk to Mr. Hoover about that. Keep these things in mind. If you are doing exercise-related goals, you'll have to physically perform the baseline and the final measurements, and you should be using apps to track your fitness so that we see that you're actually doing those goals. So there's a bunch of different ways you could do this. If you're staying after school, we see you working out. That's proof that you are. But if you're using an app or device, that is how we track your outside working out. So just going to King's is not going to work. And you can talk to Mr. Hoover about that. If you have a goal to work out 3 times a week, it would have to be after school unless you're using an app to track that. That's how we measure it. All weight-related goals, you would get weighed weekly in the fitness room. If you don't like getting weighed, don't pick a weight goal. That's a big thing. I've had people that hate getting weighed, and this is probably not the best thing. But if you're ready to get outside of your comfort zone and get weighed, it's not like anyone's going to see the results other than you, but you do need to be comfortable with stepping on a scale. So no home scales will be used. You'll keep an online food log that will track not only your food but your exercise, and that is myfitnesspal.com. Everything is in Canvas that you need. And if you have any questions, exercise related, you're going to go to Hoover. And if you have any weight loss, body percent, body mass type of goals, you're going to come to me, Clicky, for any of those. All right, good luck.